Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am making a new Brent video currently as I found out a lot of stuff that came out. Actually nothing came out. I found out a bunch of stuff while doing a bit of research on that'll be a discussion for another video actually. I don't want to spoil too much. So Hasan, right? Yeah, I usually don't talk about Hasan because I usually talk about like Brent Johnson2k17 and that sort of thing. But he's been going insane. Look at this, he's been waving guns around, threatening people because he got mad that his feelings got hurt. And yeah, it's insane how bad he's been going crazy. And I did see this before. I saw it in like a post or in thumbnails of other videos where Hasan's just waving his gun. But yeah, the reason why this is getting a lot of like traction is because Hasan's doing this, waving his gun, getting people's information, and yet it was the wrong guy, by the way, that it was like waving his gun to. But the thing is, he's not getting in trouble by Twitch, friends. I'm pretty sure they're keeping him quite well and healthy, actually. They don't want to take action, which clearly shows a lot of who they support. But alright. And again, there's many reasons why this is wrong. There's like so many terms of services being broken, with the one with doxing, threatening people with firearms and weapons, and he did it on live. But guess what? Did they ban him? Did they suspend him? No, they didn't do jack. Instead, Dave Clancy's over here stroking it to fucking Hasan, making sure he's protected at all times. Well, can't you see this coming along? But anyways, correct. So, the reason why I haven't like made any videos for the past like week or so. I mean, I've been kind of going on a bit of a mental, so I'll make videos now because I've done better now. I'm doing great, and honestly, like, I'm happy that all the videos are like being watched everywhere. I'm really glad of it. And I want to thank you guys so much for 100. Actually, it's 114 at the time, right? At the time saying 114 subscribers. And it really means a lot to me, honestly. So, thank you guys. So, my gift for that, I'll give you guys the Brent video.
Hey, look at me. I'm sitting here sitting only without.
Hello everyone, this is Red Bird back at it again. So, Brent Johnson, we found a little bit more lore about him that could kind of help explain his situation a little better. Let's get into it. So here's how this is gonna work, alright? So, a lot of these will be screenshots, and they will probably be read by text-to-speech or just me. And we will look at them and we will explain why this message is important. Alright? Let's get into it. I just want to say by no means this is for bullying, harassing, making fun of purposes. This is just to document and show a little more insight on Brent's history, a little more awareness about the topics mentioned in the list right here. Alright, the following screenshots, I got these from... So I'll link the Facebook in the description, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to mention any other family members besides just Jaime Johnson and Brent Johnson. Any other name will be censored and will not be mentioned in the video. So the way I'm gonna do this, I separated the screenshots and put them in like this separate sections for this video, so that's probably where you're gonna see most of everything in a specific spot. So a common trend you'll see with these screenshots is when she mentions herself, she'll go, me, Jaime Johnson, a lot of the times. But what I noticed in the second screenshot that I put is she mentions this group, CHA, right? CHA stands for Community Health Associates for the Arizona community. So they offer, like, so it looks like health treatment, substance abuse, rehabilitation, that's an important one for later, and prevention services that respect the culture and ethnicity of our members. Community Health Associates is dedicated to prioritizing the needs of the uninsured, underissued, and underserved populations in an ongoing effort to foster hope, strength, and self-determination in those we serve. Their vision. At Community Health Associates, it is our goal to be a leader in developing and providing innovative, culturally competent, customer-directed, quality behavioral health services and to form community partnerships that make a difference in the lives of the people we serve. This results in us living out our vision, which is to give our communities a choice and give our consumers a voice. So this is important as this implies she goes there for a specific reason. It could be any one of those, right? So that'll be mentioned in a different segment. But in the post, she mentions a lot about people like disrespecting her and what they did with her or done to her. So we could just analyze the behavior coming from these. You know what? You going around telling people that you broke up with me because you caught me in bed with someone else, you know that is bullshit. I know I shouldn't have even entertained this, but you have some nerve that didn't even happen and you know it. I don't have to sneak around and do stuff like that. But if that's what you have to tell people, you go right ahead. I know the truth. So yeah, that's kind of how she approaches like sort of beefs or any like type of controversy going on with her and a individual. In this case, this one was her fiance. I guess talking about her cheating on him, which I can't exactly confirm because I think that was just like a hit, like a little jab. But the thing is, this is how I mentioned she pretty much does this a lot with her posts with a bunch of capitals and just a lot to say. But looking at these, you can kind of see how just how crazy and disturbed these posts look. Jeez. So that's kind of a huge thing that we see. It's kind of sad looking at them, as it to me it feels like a desperation, like a cry for help. Because if you continue looking at these, she will go on defending over and over the Johnson name as, well, it's a family, right? But there clearly is some kind of implication that people are saying things about the Johnson. I'm not too sure about these claims, and I'm not 100% sure about any of that. So that's a little confusing, and it is indeed wow. All right. As another example here, and again, it's just people. She keeps mentioning people are making fun of her and kicking her down, right? Yes, but she always does these posts, and it's sad to see them because it looks like a cry for help with them, and I'm not really sure if they did understand that completely. They probably did. I am not in any way associated with the Johnson family, but you gotta understand, there's a lot of stuff here that is concerning. And as she mentions a lot, she mentions that, like people keep bringing up her past and she's not proud of it. Sort of the same way that Brent Johnson would do that. My theory is that Brent kind of imitates sort of the same way he would deal with, like, controversies or people making fun of him in the ways that she would. It's my theory, but let's keep looking. So I will mention this. Reading all of these posts, very upsetting as they all tell a story. So with this, I forgot to mention, so Brent actually got taken away, and all of his kids, I'm pretty sure, all of his siblings, because she had 11 kids, including Brent. So they got taken away, from what I believe, they got taken away because of a substance abuse problem. And just, she will mention that, like, Brent and the others can only visit on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, which is their visitation days. And again, there was a continuation from that last screenshot, but an incredibly good thing to notice is she does care about her kids, but she realizes her mistake, and when they got taken away, she would post a lot about how much she misses the kids, right? So along with Brent, she also gets a lot of hate, as I guess a lot of people do not like her. Because she keeps saying she was this, like, terrible person in the past. So there must have been something that made it so she was, like, really unlikable. As you see, she does kind of that same pattern that Brent would, where he's like, yeah, I don't freaking care. And he would say that, implying that nothing will break him down because he doesn't care about the hate comments or anything. She kind of has that same, like, method of dealing with, like, criticism. I mean, seriously, the way these sentences are, like, constructed, it goes calm, like, talking about normal days, and then it just gets, like, unhinged. And she just mentions a bunch of people, like, talking about her and their family, I guess. It's really, like, upsetting. 'Cause it's like, I don't know if she did or didn't have anything, like, going on mentally. Because as she would mention, she says she gets a bunch of seizures, and at one point, she got a blood clot on her ear that they had to take out. There was probably so many things that were happening, and she didn't know anything. She did not know a single thing about what was happening. So she just had to cope the way she did. And hear me out, the reason why I said Brent does kind of the same things that she does is because when she has to deal with criticism, he tries the same exact thing of, like, pretending that they don't care. And also, I guess the way they use themselves is in a sentence, because, like, they kind of speak sort of the same way. Maybe I'm not making much sense, but whatever. Because another thing I do want to mention was she was in a adult education center, so she didn't get her GED, or she didn't graduate, so she had to go to an adult education center. But another thing I wanted to speculate was, I think she got abused by her fiance. And what makes you alright, so what makes me think that's the case? Brent has said that that's happened before, and I'm pretty sure there was a post saying, even though you hit me, I still love you. Which is very, very upsetting. Reading these a little more makes me realize, I'm not sure what she's implying. I'm not sure if she's implying that she gets hit by him, or if that means like something else. I'm not quite sure, but Brent did say that his dad abuses him and his mom. Now again, I'm not 100% sure that the fiance is 100% Brent's dad. I don't know that. I haven't been able to confirm, but this is all the info we got so far. But yeah, quite the rabbit hole this whole family is. Alright, so this screenshot is me talking to one of Brent's mods before. He doesn't support Brent Johnson anymore. But as you saw back in the other screenshots, Brent seems to be very problematic in his high school years. Even to the point of making tantrums because he can't run a mile. So, yeah, that's Brent Johnson for you. We got a little sidetracked. So, yeah, Jaime, fortunately, just does not have probably the right mindset for certain things, as she seemed really unhinged. For some, I don't know why. It could be that she might have had like some conditions like Brent, but just didn't really know it. We don't know that. It's safe to say we can assume that Brent Johnson and his siblings got taken away to a foster home because of Jaime's substance abuse problems. Well, mainly because of the amount of posts that she would make on her Facebook talking about missing her kids and wanting them to be with her. But because of social services taking away their kids, she can't see them until the weekends. Which it all just comes down to sad circumstances, terrible decisions, and everything above. So Brent Johnson's his past may be difficult, but that does not excuse his actions. As take his sister, for example, his older sister, Jolene. Jolene, instead of becoming as depraved or degenerate as Brent, she instead worked up and got a lot better than anyone ever could. So she keeps her life private and enjoys it the way everyone should. But Brent instead decides to use his platform for degenerate behavior and just completely gets away with it. But that's all I like to talk about for today. So thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you really can, because that'd be cool.